Like many community leaders in rural Colombia, Fabian Laverde had to flee his farm for Bogota after receiving death threats from a paramilitary organization. He says he's been trying to protect his community from oil companies wanting to drill.
We believe in Colombia there's still a systematic campaign to exterminate social movements. Killing a leader has a larger impact than killing 10 people. It lowers morale, it spreads fear, and above all, it silences the voices that speak for the community.
Fabian's one-time associate, Marco Rivadeneira, who had fought for alternatives to coca production for subsistence farmers, was killed the day the national coronavirus lockdown was imposed. He was the first of many.
Marco está presente.
Civil society organizations say that since the start of the quarantine, a human rights, political or social leader has been killed every other day, the worst period since the signing of the peace deal with FARC rebels in 2016. Activists say the lockdown has worsened the situation, leaving the leaders less protected.
These killings have been escalating since mid-March. It's a critical situation. The majority are grassroots leaders in remote areas, and they are getting killed by powerful forces interested in the land, the gold, or the cocaine trade that these leaders are opposing. In essence, we are talking of those who don't want to see the peace deal applied.
To bring more attention to the issue, El Espectador, one of Colombia's main newspapers, has turned its front page this week into a list of all the leaders killed since the signing of the peace deal. There are 446 of them, and the list goes on for 3 pages. Despite the government assurances to investigate the deaths, most end up unsolved. A commission for security guarantees that was supposed to work to dismantle the criminal organizations behind the killings has met only once. The increase of anti-narcotic operations during the pandemic has also worsened the security situation in many areas of the country. On Thursday, 6 soldiers were ambushed and killed by an armed group. But for Fabian, not all dead are equal under the law.
When 6 soldiers are killed, you immediately see a response from the state. But during the pandemic, we've lost 65 community leaders, and it doesn't generate the same kind of response.
It's Colombia's other crisis that, like COVID-19, generates death and fear, but that the country seems unable to tackle. Alessandro Rampietti, Jazeera, Bogota.